So it's that time of the year again where we are paring down and looking at what we don't need. You know, winter is over, so we could get rid of some of the cold weather stuff. And besides, about every 6 months, I like to take a look at all of this stuff that we have. That's one side of the compartment. Take you over here. And this is the other side. And I still left this stuff in there. Taking a look at what goes in these compartments and what we need and what we don't need. Yeah, this has also given us a really good opportunity to let things air out and dry out. That hose over there is still wet from the last outing, so I've got it airing out. So what we have here is that's a 75-foot hose, and that is a 25-foot hose. They're both the 0G hoses. We really like those. And it's amazing because we have that one, which we use a lot, but we do have some campgrounds that require something that long. And then we have a little 6-foot hose in there with our 30 amp extension cord. We only use that for flushing the black tank. This is also a really good time to get, you know, stuff cleaned and re-lubed and all of that. So, and I would highly encourage you to take a little bit of time and do an inventory. And we have stuff out here that we haven't used in years. And I thought I was good about, you know, getting rid of stuff that we don't use or don't need. But apparently some stuff kind of snuck by. So, I mean, we've got like a 7-pin extension cord. We don't need that. We will need that one day, probably when we get a fifth wheel. But right now we don't need a 7-pin extension cord. We needed it as a Band-Aid about 3 years ago. But that's not needed anymore. So it's sitting over in the pile of stuff that's going to get, you know, put into the garage. This little table right here, I can't remember the last time we pulled that little table out. Our X-Chocks, the sunshade, that'll definitely get used this summer again. So the Mr. Buddy heater could probably go inside until next winter. You know, so the same thing goes for like this cabinet here. During our last camp out, we noticed that we had like 19 coffee cups, you know, and we had a whole bunch of drinking cups, and we kind of went to something like this because it's good for wine, it's good for bourbon, it's good for iced tea, whatever. So we got a bunch of those. We got some of but we pared down and we actually got rid of, and I wish we would have put it on the scale, but we got rid of, I mean, this entire cabinet was cups. And now we've got essentially 2 empty cabinets. We could probably collapse these down and all that stuff. So this is blender stuff. I'm not allowed to touch that. That's Teresa's. But like this, I mean, there's a pan and a waffle maker, and that's all there is left on that shelf. So now is a really good time. And we've got a whole bunch of outings coming up. In fact, we've got some back-to-back outings next weekend, and then the following weekend we're going out back to back. So it's good to, you know, get in here, start cleaning house, so to speak, and paring down what you have, because it turns out that we just collect a bunch of stuff. I mean, that was ridiculous. So as we've been doing the spring cleaning, you know, getting the under pass-through compartment squared away and going through the cabinets in the trailer, I started thinking about what it is that we're not willing to give up. So the question is, if I told you you had to get rid of everything, but you could keep one thing, what's it going to be?
Well, I've talked about this before, and it is my ice maker because I love it so much, especially during the summer times when there's a bunch of us camping together and we don't have to go buy ice. I can just keep making it and throw it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag, and then whoever needs it just goes in there and takes it.
Yeah. What I really like about the ice machine is we always have ice, and the fact that if you don't use it, that water just keeps recycling through.
Exactly.
So you're never burning it out, or you never really have to, you know, we can make ice real quick.
And then we can turn it off whenever.
Yeah. And it doesn't take up too much counter space. So I agree. I love the ice machine.
What's yours?
So mine, I think I'm going to go a little bit more on the practical side, and that's going to be the tool bag that I have down in the pass-through, because I'm in that thing every single outing, because that's where I keep the lubricating sprays, that's where I keep tape, that's where I keep the initial tools that we need for outside. So and it's not over full. So I think that would be the one thing. Everything else, I think we could figure out.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think the bonus item would probably be our leveling blocks, because we got to be level.
Right, exactly.
So
there you go.
Yeah, so let's get back to cleaning. So if you've seen our videos, you know that this piece of gutter here is what we put our sewer hose in when it goes from the connector out to the sewer drain. Anyway, this thing is always in the way when you're trying to load and unload. So I came up with a command strip solution. I grabbed one of these. They're the kind that's designed to like hold cords and stuff in there. It's pretty solid. I put a heavy duty band on it. I could do this with one hand. And I put another command strip up here. And we're gonna see how long that holds. There we go. I think I might have to replace this plastic one with a metal one, which I have. Okay, went and got a metal one. And I put it on the frame because it holds better than holding to that plywood. So, yeah, there's the fix. Up and out of the way. Okay, so that is so much more organized. Thinned out a lot of stuff. Everything is accessible. Let's go look at the other side. This is where we really made up a lot of space. We got rid of a lot of stuff back here. We added that bin. That's the tablecloths and seat pads, X-Chucks, the Valterra stabilizers, additional blocks. Yeah, this works out much better. Okay, trailer's cleaned up. The trailer lost a lot of weight. And so that's gonna make, you know, the peace of mind towing a little bit easier. But the spring cleaning's done. We probably need to just go in and do another touch up. But we are leaving again this week, so every time we go out, we learn something. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching the video and coming along with us. In the next video, I'm gonna have a question for you about if we were gonna activate a join button, what would you want? Or what do you need from us? So kind of think about that and let us know in the comment section, and then we'll discuss in our next video.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks for coming along. Bye.